Hey everyone, welcome to the Restorative Reading and Writing for Wellness podcast. I'm Stephanie, a book-loving, notebook-hoarding reader and writer on a mission to change lives one book and one notebook at a time. On this podcast, we explore the power of books and notebooks as tools for wellness. Reading and writing can help us feel better and make life better too, and I'll show you how I do it. You'll find episodes exploring the research behind reading and writing for wellness, practical strategies to embrace your own restorative reading and writing, and you'll meet authors and special guests who help us take inspired actions in our own daily practices too. So grab a notebook and your TBR list and let's dive into today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Restorative Reading and Writing for Wellness. I'm Stephanie Affinito, and I am here with another guided restorative reading and writing session. My hunch was right. That was an episode format that everyone seems to really enjoy. At this point, they get the most downloads, the most engagement, the most replies to me. And so I am here with another one for you. Today, I'm bringing you one that is very, very personal. If you know me, if you have been hanging around here for a while, you know that I am on a continual journey of wellness to feel better. I have struggled in the past with different and multiple chronic illnesses, chronic pain. I've done everything, I've tried everything. And it wasn't until I found expressive writing therapy that all of the pieces came together. So much of what I had been doing to heal came from the outside in. The food I ate, the yoga I tried, the breathing I did, the aromatherapy I was smelling, the massage I was getting. And they were all helpful. They all did something, but it wasn't until I found expressive writing therapy that worked from the inside out to calm my nervous system and to literally rewrite the way I was feeling pain and responding to it and getting out of the fear loop around it. So I am quite passionate about this topic. I talk about it a lot. I offer workshops and coaching around it. And today I wanted to bring you a guided session that can help you if your body is in pain. It can be emotional pain. It can certainly be physical pain or any other kind of pain you're in. This session is for you. It's a chance to show up for yourself, to listen without judgment or evaluation, to release any stress or tension or pain or other chronic symptoms in the body, and to leave the journaling session physically feeling better than you started. Now, there are a lot of books that I could mention as an inspiration for this episode, but the one that I want to bring specifically to you today is called Narrative Healing: Awaken the Power of Your Story by Lisa Weinert. Narrative Healing: Awaken the Power of Your Story by Lisa Weinert. She teaches online. She has a course at Omega that I took on narrative healing. And today's guided session is inspired by one of the practices in her book, the practice that I find myself doing often now in my wellness journey, and the one that starts off an expressive writing session for me. So I hope that this brings you emotional ease and certainly physical ease as we dive in today. So let's settle in. If you are driving or multitasking, perhaps you just listen and you talk to the air or think inwardly. But if you are able to, I would love for you to find a comfortable place where you can listen and write. So when you're there, just begin by noticing what's holding you. The chair beneath you, the floor that's beneath your feet. Maybe it's the bed or the couch beneath your body. You don't have to find a perfect position, but just find one that feels a little bit more comfortable than the where you were in a couple of seconds before. Let yourself find ease. If it feels good to you, go ahead and close your eyes and take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. And let's repeat that again. A slow breath in and a slow breath out. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath in and really elongate your exhale. Deep breath out. And as you keep breathing, I want you to see if you can let go of the idea that you need to do anything differently in your life or with your body or in relation to the pain that you're feeling right now. Your job right now in this moment is only to notice. You're here, your body's here, your notebook is here, hopefully, and for the next couple of minutes, we are going to listen to what our body is trying to say. That brings me to the inspirational reading that is going to launch our session from Lisa's book titled Narrative Healing. Scan your body. The only way to know what stories you're carrying is to ask your body. Listening can be a form of care. It's a way to make space for others and lift their voice. This begins with you. When you listen to all parts of yourself, you offer healing and attention to parts that are ignored. In doing so, you practice doing this for others as individuals and as groups. A body scan is almost like taking attendance. As you scan your body, explore your inner world and listen to any parts of you that have something to say. As you explore, notice parts that have a lot to say. Notice the loud talkers or even the screamers. Next, pay attention to the quieter ones, the ones using inside voices or even whispering. Pay attention to what they have to say. Last, and most important, notice if any parts are being quiet. Ask them what they need. Keep them company. Let them know it's okay not to talk. Let them know they're not alone. You are here, listening with love, like a mindful boom operator. As you think about that reading, about listening to your body, the parts that are loud, the parts that are quiet, the parts that are silent, and what that feels like in your body, I want to offer you our first prompt, and it is simply this. What am I noticing in my body right now? What am I noticing in my body right now? Where do I feel stress, tension, or pain? I'm not evaluating. I'm not making sense of it. I'm simply noting what I'm noticing and feeling in my body right now. So maybe you write, maybe you list, maybe you draw a picture of your body and represent your pain that way. I want you to take 5 minutes and continuously write about what you are noticing in your body right now. Perhaps you start at the top of your head and you scan your body all the way down, or you jump right into the parts that are loud and possibly causing hurt and pain. So here is our clip of music with a nice fade in and fade out now from Nature Healing Society. right, and we are back with a much more flexible ending to that writing segment. So I hope you enjoyed that calmer way back than me just jumping back in. So now that you have a page full of noticings in your body, where you're hurting, where your stress is, where your tension is, and whatever else your body was sending signals to you about. The next prompt I want you to dive into is to go a little bit deeper. We know what you notice in your body, but now I want you to consider this. What does my body want me to know? What messages might it be sending to me? What might I need to acknowledge and validate? Pain is information, and tension is an opportunity to listen. So, what does my body want me to know? What messages might this pain and the way I'm feeling be trying to send to me? And what might I need to acknowledge and validate? Those are the prompts for the next round. And here we go. We are back with our third writing prompt, which is going to take us a bit deeper. So first, we simply noticed the physical sensations in our body. Second, we thought about what those noticings might be trying to tell us, trying to get us to understand. And here is the third prompt to get you to go deeper into the feelings, which, according to science, if we are going to have expressive writing that is going to help us heal, we have to acknowledge and validate the feelings inside of us that we may or may not let out in the most appropriate ways. So our third prompt is, how do I feel about what has just spilled onto the page? What do I need to feel on the page so that whatever it is might be able to release in my actual life? And how can I move gently into what that might be? So, how do I feel about what you uncovered on the page? From the physical symptom to the message your body was saying. Now, how do you feel about those messages? Here is our last round of writing before we close with an affirmation for the day. We are back to wrap up our guided session today. I hope this was helpful in thinking about the feelings in your body, linking them not to pain that can derail you, but pain that could give you a message and what that message might be and how you might feel about it, and how now that the writing is over, you might gently move into the rest of the day. So I'd love to offer you this affirmation as you do just that. I give myself permission to honor what my body needs. I give myself permission to honor what my body needs. And I'll say it one more time in case you want to write it down. I give myself permission to honor what my body needs. I hope this session helps you reframe the way you think about physical pain, especially chronic physical pain and symptoms, to look at them as messages, as opportunities to listen to your body, and as sparks to do something differently. Thank you for participating in this week's guided session. If you have a special request for a session, I would love to hear about it. You can find me on social media at Affinito Lit. You could comment in the comment section of your post or just send me a direct message. I'd love to create guided sessions around what the community needs. And if you want more guidance in this kind of writing, this kind of expressive writing that truly does help to reduce chronic pain, then reach out. I offer single and multiple coaching packages where we work one-to-one and really dive into the practice so that you can get relief quickly. Thanks for listening, everyone. Thanks for writing along with me, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Restorative Reading and Writing for Wellness podcast. You'll find links to all of the books, resources, and ideas mentioned in the show notes and at alitlife.com. And if you want more, you might like to join my Get Literate Substack community. There, you'll find additional inspiration for your reading and writing life, like bonus podcast episodes, book calendars, monthly book clubs, notebooking inspiration, live events, giveaways, and much more. It's only $5 a month, and you get instant access to all of the previous content, too. You can learn more at getliterate.co. But there's one more thing. If you love what you listened to today, please take a moment to rate and review the podcast, or take a screenshot of the episode and text it to a friend. This helps the podcast grow and builds our bookish and notebookish community, too. Thanks for listening, everyone.